Alright, I have not done a tutorial in a while, and I apologize because so many people have been asking me, but they're just, they take a while to do, and me being a perfectionist, if I don't have something 100% right, you know, like, I just scrap the whole thing. It gets me really frustrated and I don't want to finish, but, I wanted to get back into it, so I thought I'd start with an easier song to transcribe, and someone wanted me to do it. So this is Petals by Hole. So, starting with the main verse, which goes like this. So starting with that part, that starts on the C major 7 chord, which is the 3rd fret on the A string and the 2nd fret on the D string. A very cool chord. And to start, you just strum the strings you're holding down, so the 3rd fret and the 2nd fret, like that, 2 times. And then you go to the open high E and B, and you pick upwards 2 times, then down, then up. So like this. And then on the C chord too, if you want to, because I accidentally always hit it, you could also include the G with this, instead of just doing this. But I'm only saying that to make it okay for me to accidentally hit that G. But it sounds cool either way, so like that. It's a little bit tricky to not hit some open strings, which honestly it doesn't sound bad if you do, so you can do it. But anyways, so then after that it goes to E minor. So same kind of strumming pattern. You want the open E and then the 2nd fret on the A and the D. You strum that twice and then do the little. So all together, all of that will sound like this. And sometimes while switching chords, you can kind of hear this little transition that goes like this. And it just comes in every so often. I don't think it's got a real pattern to it. But that's basically when you're switching, you just go. So do that 3 times, and then you go down, up. Then you go to the next chord, so. Just really quickly, kind of like that. You can do it or not do it at all, it doesn't really matter, but just a little detail in case you hear it and you think, wait, that sounds different. So all of that together, you repeat 5 times, so. You know, all that. Then after that, it goes to this. So basically that's an A sus chord, so open A string and 2nd fret on the D and the G. And the strumming pattern is pretty much the same way as before, so hitting the open A and the D and the G 2 times, and then the high E and the B, so up, up, down, up. And you do that 2 times, so. So all together, the verses should sound like this. Then after that A, you go back to the first part, and you do that 3 times, and then back to and do that just the same, so 2 times. Right, so now for the chorus, it goes like this. So, still using the same chords. So it starts on the A, and this time it's just like an A power chord. So you could play it like with the first finger, or if it's easier, you could just play it like the A sus with the middle and the ring finger. Just don't get the open strings. So it's just open A and then D and G on the 2nd fret. And I mean, sometimes I like to hit the open strings because it kind of sounds cool. You know, just mess around, but in the song it doesn't really sound like there's any being played. So then you go to the C, which is still the same, so 3rd fret on the A and 2nd fret on the D, and you can again strum some of the open strings or get that G in there too, and the same strumming pattern. Then to the E minor, which is a little different. You could just strum it like this. But since there are 2 guitars in this song, I like to kind of do a hybrid of just that and then what the other guitar is doing. So what it's doing is starting with the open low E string and then the A and D together on the 2nd fret 2 times. Then you want to pick the high E, then the open B, then the open G, and then the D string on the 2nd fret, and repeat that 2 times. So all together it should sound like. That all together is repeated 4 times. So then back to the verse, and it's the exact same as the first verse. So that 3 times, and then back to the chorus, which is repeated the same 3 times. So that whole thing. But the last time is a little different to transition into the bridge. So basically you start the same, but when you go to the E minor, you strum it 7 times like this. Then you strum the A sus like I did, and strum it once and let it ring. Then after a sec, you'll strum it again like down up. So then you go back to the E minor and repeat. And that's 3 times in all. Then it goes back to this riff once. Then it changes up a little, so instead of doing the C major 7, it's just a regular C chord. So all you need to do is add the 1st fret on the B string, and it's the same strumming pattern, but I like to also kind of alternate between doing that and picking down the single strings, kind of like in the chorus. So kind of like, because there is a 2nd guitar doing that in the song. So if you want to spice it up a bit, you can do that, or just go. Then instead of going to E minor, it's E major. So adding the 1st fret G string to your E minor. So, you know, open E, 2nd fret, A and D, and then G on the 1st. So again, you can either strum it or pick the strings, or both, whatever you want to do. Then that all repeats for a 2nd time. Then it goes to F, which you can either do the bar chord. So that is barring the 1st fret, then the 3rd fret on the A and the D, and then the 2nd fret on the G. Again, same strumming pattern. Or the easier one, especially if you want to do the picking part. So 3rd fret on the D, and then 2nd fret on the G, and then 1st fret on the B. Then you want to leave the high E open because the 2nd guitar is picking it, so like that. Or you can, again, just strum it. Then after that, you want to go to an A. So again, if you are just doing the strumming, it would just be an A power chord. Or if you want to make it an A sus and include the open strings, you can. Whatever, it doesn't really matter. So same strumming pattern. But the picking part is a little bit different because it is an A minor. So you're strumming the same down 2 times on the open A, and then the D and the G on the 2nd fret. And then you want to have your B string on the 1st fret, and you will pick down again the high E, B, G, and D. So all together, that should sound like this. Then, instead of going back to the F, you just stay on the A and strum it the same one more time. So rather that's just, or it's, so adding that to the whole riff. Then you go back to the F after that. Again, same thing, either down, down, up, or the picking. And you stay on that for 2 times instead of just 1. So again, I'm going to play it all over again because this part is really confusing, and when I first learned it, like almost 2 years ago, it confused me for a while. So so finally, after that last chord, you just do an A power chord, no A minor, and strum it 7 times, just. So all together, finally, that should sound like. Then back to the verse, which is again the same. And that is 3 times, and then to the A sus. Then back to the chorus, which is the same. And that is repeated 6 times. And then on the last time to end the song, you start the same. You just hit the E minor like that. And that is the whole song, so I hope I explained that well enough. I feel like my tutorials are very confusing, but a lot of people seem to think they're helpful, so there it is. I think this song actually does have a tutorial, so I'm not really sticking with the songs that have no tutorials theme. But someone asked me to do this, so I thought I might do it, and you know, my way might be a little different than somebody else's way, so yeah.